It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. We are at United Center in the Windy City. Tonight, the Chicago Bulls taking on the Brooklyn Nets.
Ed, I'm going to gloat about my old team here for a second. Did you know the Bulls are the only NBA franchise to win multiple championships and never lose an NBA Finals series in their history?
6-0 right now. It helped to have a guy named MJ. But, Jake, think about this. If he's not gone those 2 seasons, maybe it's 8 straight Finals wins. Lillard. Oh, bad pass, and the Bulls have it. Nurkic to Holiday.
Big pick right there.
Deep 2 there, won't go. Brooklyn's got it. Lillard against the former MVP. Nothing going here on that drive. The jumper's off the mark.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Holiday to Covington. Going to launch beyond the arc. Can't connect. It's no good. Lillard against Westbrook. D's got it. Damian Lillard missed his first. That one goes.
The pro game has really come down to PNRs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
To Covington. Holiday to Covington. Down low Nurkic. Gets it in the left corner. Five seconds to shoot. Holiday to Covington. Beyond the arc for 3. He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
I say this a lot. and it's only because coaches harp on it all the time. Read the scouting report. Know who you can and should send to the line. This is a case of knowing a shooter probably had a better chance of hitting a jumper than he does of hitting the free throws.
First free throw is good. Second free throw off the mark. Still one to come. Lillard to Evans. Here comes the screen. Evans driving to the basket, but his shot won't go. Russ at the controls. To Covington. Russell Westbrook sizing up the all-star Lillard. Deep left corner. Holiday to Westbrook. Has a look. Can't connect.
You see, Ed, this is what the refs need to start calling. The defender hit the shooter right around the waist, which made him lunge into his shot and took away all of his concentration for it. That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. Knocks down the first. No good on the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Westbrook into the front court. Down 3. Nothing going here on that drive. Westbrook to Covington. Here comes the screen. Westbrook to Covington. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Robert Covington is long, and it pays off with the 3.
Every hero needs a good sidekick. Nice find to set up the 3.
Nets have the basketball. Lillard to Evans. Jay Williams, kid from Jersey, rooted for the Nets growing up. And where do you live now? Brooklyn.
Of course, I'm following my favorite team, and these comments are probably going to sound biased because they are. But Brooklyn is a completely different place. Only 5 minutes outside Manhattan. It almost feels like a suburb of the city. And the fact that it's culturally relevant, it just feels like Brooklyn is the new place to be.
Screen coming. Westbrook. To Covington. Westbrook. Has a chance. The screen sets him up for 2.
Okay, I saw a little bit of a handle there. But let's see if that confidence is still there down the stretch.
Play is stopped. Timeout for Brooklyn as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point basketball game. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Lillard against Johnson. Now preparing to shoot at the line.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Damian Lillard at the line for 2 shots, shooting 50%, some yes, some no, in this contest. And hits the first free throw.
Good shot.
And he makes them both. It's Chicago ball. Collison, defended by Lillard. Sizing up the defense. Collison. Goes to the left side. Oh, pass stolen by the Nets.
Pick up that sense of urgency. Here's a chance to break the tie.
To Lillard. Fires the three. His first effort off the mark. And a putback slam.
Ed, it's still early in this game, but you can't send the wrong message to the offense by letting them think they can own the glass.
Randolph. Nothing going here on that drive. Down to 5 on the 24. To Collison. For 3. Tough shot, Darren Collison, off the mark.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
D has got it. Damian Lillard. He's 2 for 5. Not great, but trending.
It seems like yesterday I was rapping with this kid during the NBA pre-draft workout. He looked scrawny. Nobody knew if he could really make it. But the arrow continues to point straight up for Dame Lillard. Another terrific season. A first-time All-NBA first-team player. Tied for 4th in the league in scoring last year. This kid is no doubt about it. Dame time.
Nets have it. Lillard here against Joe Johnson. Here comes the screen. Runner's good there.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Collison into the front court, trailing by 4. Randolph to Collison. Defense making the ball handler work. Here comes the screen. 5 to shoot for the Bulls. Darren Collison, 2 for 3 now here in the first.
Oh, don't see the read, be the read.
And he scores. Yeah, he took a big step, but they'll count the bucket.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Off the pro hop, strong footwork. Lillard, defended by Joe Johnson. And a three-pointer at the buzzer for good measure. What a finish to the opening period. A great stretch here to start the game. We played one with the visiting Nets out on top. Jay and I back with more after this. You're watching the NBA on EA Sports. turn the page after a close first quarter. Jay, what stood out?
Well, both teams had their rhythm. They established the tempo that they wanted to play at. But ultimately, something has to give. Some team has to draw a line in the sand.
To Holiday. Off the assist.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Lillard. Brooklyn with 4 to shoot. Lillard. Oh, Jay, he's shaking his head. The guilty party. He knows it's better to be lucky than good.
Or he knows it was just a really bad shot that just happened to go in. But sometimes when the basketball heavens drop a gift in your lap, you take it.
To Holiday. To Westbrook.
Hey, watch the screen left.
Chicago with 4 to shoot. To Westbrook. Lets it fly from long range. Off the mark. No good. Lillard. Count the bucket for 2.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Here's Westbrook controlling the offense. Short jumper off the mark.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Nothing going here on that drive. It's rebounded by the Bulls. Westbrook into the front court. Down 8. To Holiday. Drew Holiday. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Now the Nets going to take a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Lillard to Porter. There's a pass stolen by Chicago. Drew Holiday, defended by Lillard. To Collison. Holiday to Collison. From long range. That's rebounded by Brooklyn. Lillard. He was all over him.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Covington to Collison. Here comes the screen. Collison to Holiday. Collison. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
Ed, the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
Knocks down the second free throw. Whoops, that won't go. Porter to Lillard. Driving right to the basket. Driving is Lillard, but his shot won't fall.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
To Holiday. Covington. Trying to cash in. Darren Collison. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Lillard to Tobias Harris. Yusuf Nurkic knocked it away.
Oh, some fans should take that ball home as a gift.
That's a souvenir. Substitution being made in this one. Porter. Chicago possession. Holiday to Westbrook.
Hey, watch this screen.
Probing the defense. Holiday to Westbrook. And the rebound taken by Evans. To Lillard.
Watch the cutter, man. Screen.
Harris to Lillard. Got it to go on the step back. Jay, he found a way.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
It's Brooklyn's ball. Lillard to Evans. Here comes the screen. Tyreke Evans, defended by Yusuf Nurkic. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Holiday to Westbrook. Holiday to Westbrook. Has a look. Chance for Westbrook, no good.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Westbrook with it. Now down 6. Great hustle. That's what you like to see. And that'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Holiday. Lillard, and knocks it down. Jay, for the defender, tough to gamble once the ball's behind the arc.
Well, that change is inevitable. And one of the things that continues to fascinate me about this game, usually when you see a good three-point shooting team, their shoulders are square to the basket. That's no longer the case in today's game. These guys are off balance, they're moving different ways, yet they still have extreme shot-making ability.
To Westbrook. Has a chance. Shot by Westbrook, off the mark. For 3. Tyreke Evans, when he gets going, hard to stop.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
It's Westbrook. That's it for the first half. It's been all net so far.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. These are the guys getting buckets for the Brooklyn Nets. The Bulls did a lot of things wrong in that opening half.
At this point, it's all about pride and mental toughness. A comeback is not impossible, but it's also not likely.
Have a look at the leading scorers for the Chicago Bulls.
Game track. Field goals.
Here's a team that might just be one or two adjustments away from what's needed to turn things around. They still have time to make up for a lackluster first half.
Player of the half.
Damian Lillard has the defense figured out, and his shots are falling for him. That's a lethal combination that will be hard to overcome.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in that first half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Westbrook. Tobias Harris above the rim.
An easy two, get back on defense.
Bulls with the basketball. Russell Westbrook, defended by Lillard. Trying to cash in, knocks it down, off the step back.
Can we all just agree that that handle is next level? But that jumper's wet too.
To Tobias Harris. Here comes the screen. Harris to Horford. There it is, Al Horford. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
Leadership's greatest values occur in between the lines and not necessarily in the box score. And that's the type of leader that Al Horford is. He's the first all-star free agent to choose Boston in decades. And let me tell you this, the legacy of greatness runs deep in the family. His father, Tito Horford, was the first Dominican basketball player to ever play in the league, which goes to show you why Al has such a great feel for the game.
Brooklyn with the basketball.
Defense, let's go.
Takes stock of the floor. Here comes the screen. Lillard sizing up Nurkic. Holiday controls the basketball. Trailing by 14. Slam dunk, Russell Westbrook. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Here comes the screen to Tobias Harris. Step back jumper.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Here comes the screen. Knocked away. Was it coming down? Yes, it was. Goaltending. Brooklyn's got it. To Lillard. Not giving up on that play. The result, a tie-up. They're in position. Let's see who can retain it. Westbrook with the basketball. The deficit now up to 12. Yes, and a foul. Hell of a chance at a 3-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Russell Westbrook trying to cash in on the 3-point play. A career 81% free throw shooter. Off the mark on his free throw. To Horford. Lillard. Nice pass to get things going.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Westbrook to Holiday.
Hey, watch the screen.
Nurkic rocking the rim. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Lillard matched up with Nurkic. Right down Broadway, 4-2.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Westbrook across the timeline. Down 12. To Holiday. Russell Westbrook, defended by Lillard. The Nets have the rebound. To Tobias Harris. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
It's Russ at the controls. To Nurkic. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Nurkic at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. Numbers not in his favor. 61% for his career. Missed it at the line. The big fella, Zach Randolph. Better late than never. That was his first shot, and it goes down.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Tyreke Evans picked up by Westbrook. Here comes the screen. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Westbrook into the front court. Down 12 to Randolph. Cashes in for 2.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Evans to Tobias Harris. Lynn to Evans. Here's a chance from long range. Michael Porter Jr. fulfilling expectations. Tough shot.
And if you're on D right now, if you're off on the weak side, stunt towards the driver. That means fake at him. Don't overcommit. Stunt, then get back to you or stay at home. Force him to make one of those passes or force him to take a crazy shot at the rim.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Russell Westbrook up against the Weber State product. Over to the right side. Fires the three. Good contest. Tyreke Evans can't hit it. Holiday to Westbrook. Finish that. Lillard to Tobias Harris. Here comes the screen. Going to launch beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a three is like shooting a layup.
I got ball.
Holiday to Westbrook. Randolph, the big fella, Zach Randolph. Very efficient and making an impact. He's 3 for 3.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Evans to Tobias Harris. To Lillard. Great look and vision. Add 2 points to the board.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Here comes the screen. Westbrook. He's got it for 3.
As a defender, you should take it personally when a contested three goes in. That's good defense, but it's not good enough.
Lynn with it. Shot clock turned off as they try to extend the lead. Beyond the arc for 3. Late heave to beat the buzzer. Third quarter comes to an end, and the Nets enjoying some breathing room. The Bulls in possession as we start the fourth quarter. And they're not totally out of it just yet, but you'd have to say they have lots of work to do to get back in this game.
They probably have to put together some kind of 10-0 run to get back in this ballgame, but this is when an opportunity has a chance to become magical. I've been part of it, and I've seen it happen so many different times. Just because a team has been dominating you the last couple of quarters doesn't mean that you can't start believing in yourself, that you can do anything you want to do on the court at any given time. You watch, once you start to believe, you'll get back in this game.
Free throw try, off the mark.
Watch cutter, watch cutter, watch cutter.
It's Westbrook. No good. Lynn with it. His guys hold a commanding lead. Harris. To Evans. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Not that time. He missed it. And a finish at the rim.
Okay, you don't get a 10 for style points, but it worked.
Nets have the basketball. Has a look. Knocks it down from mid-range.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Scores from the post.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
Lynn with it. His guys leading by 14. To Evans. From the painted area, won't go down.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
Tyreke Evans, guarded by Russell Westbrook. The drive, right to the basket. Evans driving to the basket, but his shot won't go. To Westbrook. Has a chance. Can't connect. Defense did its job that time. To Evans. Harris. Bulls with it. Big finish at the rim.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Lynn here against Joe Johnson.
Watch that cutter.
Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Westbrook into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Why not? Russell Westbrook is the only guy stopping Russell Westbrook. And when he decides to put his head down and go to the rim, he's going to the rim. It's that easy.
Short jumper misses. Al Horford sends it away.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Russell Westbrook, defended by Lillard.
Hey, watch this screen, Lynn.
The screen sets him up for 2.
Bread and butter. And there are few that can do it better off the screen.
To Evans. Here comes the screen. Evans. To Lillard. Michael Porter Jr. above the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Evans to Porter. To Evans. Horford cashes in. Someone has to get into a zip code.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Westbrook to Covington. It's Westbrook. Horford with the rebound.
The game is won in the details. The team who has the most attention to the minutia is a team that wins the ball game. And from the beginning of this game, this team has been mentally engaged. I know the season's a long year, but when you come mentally engaged and you have attention to detail, whew, that's a scary thing to watch.
Here comes the screen. Westbrook. Deep right corner. Holiday. Drew Holiday. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Nets have it. To Evans. Screen coming. Lillard. Good defense. He had nowhere to go. The result, jump ball. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. To Westbrook. Here comes the screen. Russell Westbrook matched up with Lillard. No good, and no foul. To Evans. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for. Now the Bulls will take the timeout. They're down big in this fourth quarter, and a chance here to empty their bench. Westbrook. Gets a look. Can't hit. It's Brooklyn's ball. Here comes the screen. Lillard to Evans. The Nets now with 4 to shoot. Shot clock violation. It's the Nets who are victorious as they win this one handily. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say,
it wasn't surprising to see this team get the win. They did a great job of letting the fundamentals of basketball be the key to success. Check out the leading scores for the Brooklyn Nets. The Bulls didn't lose big, but it wasn't exactly close either. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Check out the leading scores for the Chicago Bulls.
Game track. Three-point shooting.
The Brooklyn Nets were definitely the better team with regard to long-range shooting, and it turned out to be quite the advantage. Their three-pointers were unstoppable.
player of the game.
Damian Lillard played the role of facilitator today, and no one is more happy than his teammates.
See y'all next time. Jalen Rose signing out.
One. by the Bucks. Beverly into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Screen coming. Beverly. The Bucks with 4 to shoot. Has a chance. Doncic. To P.J. Tucker. From the painted area, won't go down.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on a shot.
Screen coming your way. Screen coming your way.
To Davis. Missed it. How'd that not go down? Brown with it up top. He'll run the offense. To Luka Doncic. The Bucks at the controls. And finishes strong.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
To Luka Doncic. Nothing going here on that drive. He gets it.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Beverly. Oh, bad pass. Taken away by the Spurs.
It's early. Get a good quality shot here.
To Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Tucker. Fires the three. It's no good. Shot's not going down. Milwaukee with the basketball. Beverly. They'll get it down to Davis. Anthony Davis. Missed his first. That one goes. AD, is he a new age big?
Easy answer is yes. He is Mr. Versatility. He can do everything on both the offensive and the defensive end. He can fight the post, battle for position. He can protect the rim. Plus, if you switch, he can guard guards on the perimeter. That's what you love about AD. You need something, he has an answer for you.
Doncic. From long range. It's claimed by Milwaukee. Mitchell with it up top. Leads a bucket. To Davis. Add 2 points to the board. To P.J. Tucker. Doncic. To Jaylen Brown. Jumper's good.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Bucks at the controls. To Beverly. To the rim. Out of bounds the call off P.J. Tucker. We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Entering the game for San Antonio, number 23.
Brogdon. Five on the shot clock for Milwaukee. Fires the three. Knocks it down. Defender has to get there next time.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the three.
Screen coming. To P.J. Tucker.
Hey, watch the screen left.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Well, their first three, and they're right back in it, within a possession in this first quarter.
Well, I don't want to live in the past, but if you got a couple of those to drop earlier, you could have had a nice lead. Now, we got a dogfight.
Miles Bridges to Beverly. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
To P.J. Tucker.
I got something for him.
Doncic. Alex Len with a piece. And that one out of bounds off a buck. Pop going to pull the string. New personnel coming on. DiVincenzo. Now a steal by Milwaukee. And finishes strong.
How about right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
Doncic to DiVincenzo. And they call the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Malcolm Brogdon, a couple of free throws on the way. A career 87% from the line. First free throw is good. So he hits the first, misses the second. Right now, San Antonio's possession.
Big pick right there.
Doncic.
Pick coming left.
Down to 5 on the 24. Going to launch beyond the arc. Double figures in the first quarter, now at 10, including that three.
And the more and more I watch, I become mesmerized with that follow-through. That release is effortless.
Beverly to Brogdon. 4-3. He made his first effort, but not that time. Here's a steal. Dangerous pass. Beverly to Brogdon. To Gerald Green. Five to shoot. Gerald Green to Brogdon. For three. Contested shot. Miles Bridges off the mark.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Cruises inside for two.
That boy's living his best life.
Now the Bucks going to signal for a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a two-point basketball game. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Got a piece of it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Spurs in possession. Nice finish at the rim.
I 100% guarantee you that was not the play call, but a bucket is a bucket.
Beverly into the front court. The score, 14-all. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. Miles Bridges. The Bucks with 4 to shoot. 17-footer at the buzzer. First quarter in the books. We have a tie ball game. 14-all's our score after one. Let's do it here in the second quarter. San Antonio ball. Neely Kina. Here comes the screen. Shot from the lane won't go. Gerald Green. To Davis. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
Bread and butter. And there are few that can do it better off the screen.
Neely Kina with the basketball. Down 2. To DiVincenzo. 5 to shoot for San Antonio. Neely Kina. Beyond the arc for 3. He was all over him.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Neely Kina into the front court. Trailing by 4. Kicks it around the perimeter to Neely Kina. To DiVincenzo. Rebound taken down by the Bucks. Augustine with it up top. Leads 4. To Miles Bridges. To Davis, down low. Using the post to his advantage there, and the finish at the rim.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Neely Kina to Jaylen Brown. Capella down low. Shot won't go. To Beverly. And 2 for AD.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
To Jaylen Brown. Down low, Capella. Doesn't get the bounce. Beverly into the front court. His team on top by 8. To Davis. The rebound taken by the Spurs. To Neely Kina. Tucker. Bucks at the controls. Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him. Surveys the floor. Brown into the front court. Down 8. Nothing going here on that drive. Tucker to Jaylen Brown. The Spurs with 4 in the shot clock. Tucker goes to the left side. Here's a chance from long range. Still hasn't hit from deep in the first half. No good.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Davis to Beverly. Patrick Beverly. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots. Spurs will take the timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Doncic to P.J. Tucker. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Bucks basketball to Beverly. Down low for Davis. And look out. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
To P.J. Tucker.
By yourself, put it up.
Doncic. To Jaylen Brown. Lets it fly from long range. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. Beverly into the front court. Lead stands at 10. Here comes the screen. To Davis. Value practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
To Capella. Runner here won't go down. Beverly into the front court. Lead is 12. And he powers it home. 2 more points for Anthony Davis. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Driving right to the basket. Knocked loose. And that one out of bounds off a buck. It'll remain San Antonio basketball. Fires the 3. Off the mark. No good. Beverly into the front court. Final minute, first half. Stuffs it down with authority. This is becoming a runaway.
They're getting to the rim at will, probably because we're watching Matador defense. You probably want to get in the way of your defender if they keep trying to attack the rim.
Here comes the screen. To P.J. Tucker. Oh, bad pass, and the Bucks have it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Now a whistle. San Antonio is going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Doncic to P.J. Tucker. Five seconds to shoot. Knocks it down off the step back.
And that footwork was absolutely off the charts. Just that space, splash.
Hey, check up, let's go.
Anthony Davis lets it fly. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket. Long heave from three-quarters court. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to Orlando where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
Thanks, Ed. The Bucks certainly didn't have a problem putting up points in the opening half. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Milwaukee Bucks. The Spurs
have yet to appear after one half of basketball.
The way they struggle doesn't bode well for them at all. But if they got some fight in them, we'll know right away in the third quarter. Have a look at the leading scorers for the San Antonio Spurs.
Game track. Field goals.
Here's a team that might just be one or two adjustments away from what's needed to turn things around. They still have time to make up for a lackluster first half.
Player of the half.
Anthony Davis has already put together a pretty nice highlight reel for himself, and that's just after one half of basketball. He did a lot of scoring, and it probably won't stop anytime soon.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in that first half. Here are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Doncic to P.J. Tucker. Here comes the screen. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
OG Anunoby. He's got 2 shots coming. Not the best career mark, 62%. First one goes down. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Tucker. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Mitchell with the basketball. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. And flushes it down. No stopping AD here.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
to Jaylen Brown. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Underutilized, underutilized, underutilized. Am I getting my point across? Let's see more of that.
Beverly. Not done yet. And it's Capella with the rebound. And he's fouled. He's going to the line for 2.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
OG Anunoby at the line for 2 shots. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. First one, count it. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. The Bucks at the controls. Beverly to Davis. Now a pass stolen by the Spurs.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
To Luka Doncic. To P.J. Tucker. From long range. Tough shot there for Jaylen Brown. No good. Davis. Fires the 3. That's off the side of the rim. Short. To Luka Doncic. Oh, big finish at the rim. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Baseline drive. And the finish at the rim.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
To P.J. Tucker. Trying to cash in. Can't connect. Shot was forced. Davis. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Jason Tatum at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. For his career, 82%. Free throw good to cap off the 3-point play as they continue to open things up here in the 3rd quarter. San Antonio with the basketball to P.J. Tucker. Deep right corner. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
I know the refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
To Brogdon. Down low for Len. Able to convert inside.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
To P.J. Tucker. Doncic. And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for 2.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
And hits the first free throw. No good on the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. The follow won't go either. Beverly. Three seconds. New blood coming in for both sides. Doncic. To DiVincenzo. Here comes the screen. Has a look. Can't connect. Not the best shot with the defender right there.
See, the defender did a really good job. He stayed down. He didn't go and bite for all the head fakes. He waited until the last second to contest that shot. Way to know the scouting report.
Miles Bridges to Brogdon. Clint Capella sends it away. That'll get out. Last touch by Capella. Gerald Green. To Brogdon. Going to launch beyond the arc. Won't go for Brogdon. Had a hand in his face.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
DiVincenzo to Luka Doncic. Five to shoot for San Antonio. To Luka Doncic. 4-3. Luka Doncic, marked man. Shot altered and no good.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Spurs have it. Doncic to DiVincenzo. And he knocks it down. Jay, nice look right there.
Here's what's brilliant about Luka Doncic. Everybody thinks that you need to be fast or be able to ISO somebody and create your own shot with your speed or your athleticism or your explosiveness. That is not the case. Doncic is 6'8", 230 pounds. Put that smaller guard on your hip, post him up, walk him down, shoot shots over the top. If you have an uncanny style of play, that game can reward you a ton in this league.
I got ball. It's all me.
Runner here won't go down.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short arm a shot.
Gets it in the left corner. Beverly to Gerald Green. For three. And he buries it. Jay upping the ante from beyond the arc.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Here comes the screen. Bucks take down the board. Deep three at the buzzer. 3 quarters complete. The Bucks in command of this one. The Bucks to inbound to start this final quarter. You figured they certainly had the advantage coming into this one. Jay, that's how it's played out.
On paper, this wasn't set up to be much of a contest. If the crowd could have gotten into it early, maybe. But sometimes a team is so good that you never had a chance to even start.
Neely Kino with the basketball. Down a bundle.
Right.
To DiVincenzo. The drive right to the basket. Rebounds pulled in by the Bucks. They go down to Davis. Five on the shot clock for Milwaukee. Mitchell and knocks it down. And Jay, the system produces once again.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those three things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
Donovan Mitchell with the rock. Finish that. Ntilikina into the front court. His guys down big. Now a steal by Milwaukee.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Hey, double screen.
Cutter, coming through.
DiVincenzo to Ntilikina. The Spurs with 4 on the shot clock. Ntilikina goes to the right side. Beyond the arc for 3. Ntilikina. Shot clock winding down. Ntilikina with a shot, no good.
Hey, switch. I got
Davis. Gets it in the right corner. To Davis. Tatum. And the Spurs able to clear the rebound. Ntilikina with the basketball. He'll run the offense. DiVincenzo. Here comes the screen. Anthony Davis rejects it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
To Davis. Nerlens Noel swats it. And that one out of bounds off a spur. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Beverly. Oh, bad pass taken away by the Spurs.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Add 2 points to the board.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Right now, San Antonio's possession. Ntilikina to P.J. Tucker. Off the assist.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
To Davis. Nerlens Noel knocked it away.
Oh, some fans should take that ball home as a gift.
That's a souvenir. Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. Beverly. They'll get it down to Davis. To Beverly. To Davis. Down low. Shot from in close. No good. Doncic to Capella. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Bucks. Beverly. Here comes the screen. Beverly to Davis. The Bucks with 4 to shoot. Mitchell. And he buries it. Jay, the system produces once again.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
To Jaylen Brown. Here's a chance from long range. Bucks have the rebound. Milwaukee with the basketball. Sizing up the defense. Doncic to Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen.
Screen right. Take that.
Lets it fly from long range. Buries the three.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Davis. Clint Capella tips it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Fundamental shot right there.
That move, that was nasty right there. But look, if you don't want to defend him, let me know. I can get a 10-day.
Down low for Davis. Straight on look. To Davis. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Donovan Mitchell with the rock. On the shot clock for Milwaukee. The Bucks claim victory as they win this one handily. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a...
The Bucks got themselves a win here today. They did plenty of great things, but we all know what's going to be remembered are the dunks. And you know what? I'm going to remember nothing but the dunks as well. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Milwaukee Bucks. The Spurs
just couldn't get within striking distance toward the end of the game.
And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the San Antonio Spurs.
Game track. Assists.
The Milwaukee Bucks showed off the kind of team chemistry that coaches love to see from their players. The more they moved the ball, it showed how much they trust each other. In the end, they got to win, and it looked like they had a great time doing it.
Player of the game.
Anthony Davis seemed to think he could only score points with dunks in this game. Again and again, he kept throwing them down, and it was just astonishing.
Who was gold?
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.